Okay. Let's see if we can make this one turn up a treat. All right. I'm going to make it full colour to start with. Then hopefully I'm thinking we're going to make it dual colour. We'll soon find out and see what we can do with this piece of shit that we've got that we're going to use. Right. Going to add some contrast to this. Going to add a fair amount of copy density lightness. So let's see how we go with this one. Right, let's see how we go with this. What is it? It is Mossman Daily, what I call a Snooty magazine. Right, Snooty magazine for snooty, dumbass people who just care about money and prestige and the local aesthetic, thinking their whole universe is in the northern beaches or the northern suburbs or North Shore. The whole life is encapsulated there. Everything they do is just a local shit. There's no global leadership amongst these people. So, yeah, they typically have a fair amount of money or a lot of money, and they don't care about anyone but their family or their friends. Anything outside of family and friends is considered alien. And people who are poor and impoverished don't rate a mention for these sluts, these assholes. So they just care about what they do in their fucking local whatever place they go, but they don't care about anything else. So this does look quite nice like that. I'm wondering where the centre of the job is going to be. I'm going to maybe enlarge it and just take a section showing this idiot. But this looks good too. So I'm wondering, where's the centre of the job going to be on this? We're going to try and enlarge this image. We're just going to overlap it a bit. But basically, you get the feeling that people just don't think outside their neighbourhoods or their social settings. They don't tend to go anywhere except their backyard. They just seem to have this real dead sort of a feel to it, you know, that they just care about only their local community. It's just, well, of course we've got to have some local. I mean, I like a cup of coffee in my local, what do you call it, coffee shop, but it's not everything for me. It's not my future. I don't see a future of me being a local person. I have an interest in being a spokesperson against environmental and financial carnage. You know, against the greedy people and the people who love money and wreck everything, including the photocopier industry. And I've got to go on YouTube and social media. I don't have time for being local and just hanging out with a limited number of people. I just don't have that in me anymore. I'm not interested in local reach. You know, local is dead. To me, the idea of going local is like a form of death. It's like death. To me, it's like dying. It's like there is no future, you know, just being a local identity. I used to be a local identity, folks. It never got me anywhere. It never made me feel good about myself. It never made a difference. That's what I want to do, is make a difference. I want to do something useful. And I have to use social media and whatever else I can get my hands on to take me outside this local sphere. I've got important things that I have to say, folks. I just don't have time to spend the rest of my life schmoozing around local coffee shops and hanging out at whatever interests me. But I'm not interested in all this local shit. It doesn't do anything for me, folks. It just makes me feel like nothing's going to change, nothing's going to be improved. This local aesthetic just doesn't go with me anymore. It's a dead concept, folks. But a lot of people do like it. A lot of people just love to hang out in their communities. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that in itself, but it's not the be-all and end-all of living. You got to fucking make a difference. You got to think outside the local area that you live in. You got to think internationally. You got to think nationally and internationally. You know, you got to think in a way that maybe there could be improvements in this world, that you could be the one person that the world needs in order to make it prosper. But if you're spending all your time just schmoozing around in local life and ignoring the world around you, who knows? Everyone's doing this, and it's a wonder the environment is in such difficulty, and it's a wonder why big companies can extort money from you for everything, like making things that don't last, for example. So, you know, you've got to basically start thinking that maybe you've got a place beyond your local community. You know, sure, there's got to be some room for localisation, but you can't allow it to be your life. You know, that your life is just encapsulated in your local little community or clique, or whatever your life is. You got to think outside that box. The world is needing some serious leadership in the corporate world, in the financial world, environmental, and you could be it. Whoever you are out there, watching this YouTube video, maybe you can feel it yourself that maybe you're one of those people that can make a difference. You know, that you could really make something happen if you could just get out of your local comfort zone. Because local is dead, folks. Grassroots alone cannot achieve. We need corporate help, but the corporate help isn't coming. And many of these corporate people would be considered these local people. They just get snooty and mean-spirited about things. They just care about money and only care about whoever else is in their fucking clique. We don't need this cliquiness, folks. Or this resignation that you can't do anything. We've got to fucking do something about the planet, about the corporate world. Otherwise, we're screwed as a human race. We're going to die of our local apathy. So I can't spend all the rest of my life just being local. It's only a temporary thing for me. Until I can fucking find my feet, I'm just going to quickly just make my YouTube videos, upload them, do what I think needs to be done, try to distribute them as best as I can. Something's got to happen, folks. Something has got to change. We've got to get more international and national reach. We can't just be local identities and just sitting comfortable in your fucking coffee shop sipping on it. Yeah, as I said, there's nothing wrong with that. I do it myself. But it's not my life. It's not my future. My future is not to sit around drinking coffee in my favourite local. Local is dead. I only have to tolerate a bit of locality for now until this stuff goes viral. Hopefully it'll go viral, folks. Anyway, let's see how that looks. well, that looks quite interesting. That's taken a bit of a local sort of a funny sort of spin on it. I think now we can call this demo quits.